name is Bruce Russian, commercial relationship banker at Origin Bank.
What do you need to actually get to become bankable?
We was in Cleveland, Ohio, and we had never paid our taxes or something, remember?
You are then only paying interest on the $100,000 that you have funded on the line of credit.
Because once you get that LLC, it's serious. From that day moving forward, you really gotta handle your business the right way.
How y'all doing, baby? It's Marlon and CEO of WRLDINVSN, and we back with another one on the Activate Your Vision podcast series, man. We have been dropping gems, dropping knowledge, and we got a special one for y'all today. We got our guy, Bruce Russian here from Origin Bank. Man, it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast today, Bruce. We really appreciate you for coming, show love, come and drop some knowledge, come drop some gems for our people. Let's just start by telling them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hey, first of all, appreciate Marlon and Nick. Appreciate y'all having me. So as Marlon said, my name is Bruce Russian. I'm a commercial relationship banker at Origin Bank. I've been with the bank now for 7 years. Soon as I graduated from Louisiana Tech University in finance, I went to work for Origin Bank, and it's been great. So I've been on the commercial side of things since I started. I started in our commercial underwriting group. I worked in West Monroe for 3 years. After that, I moved to the production side of things as a junior lender, commercial portfolio manager. I did for about 2.5, and now I've been a commercial relationship banker for two and a half years. So that's a little bit about my history at Origin Bank.
Hey, I'm also say, before we get this started, we're gonna make sure we like and we subscribe to our channel.
Run that channel up.
Y'all hear what we talking about? We talking about banking, so y'all don't want to miss this. Y'all gotta watch this one all the way to the end, so you could get you some knowledge, get you some gems, like Mar said. Hey, and do what I said. Make sure y'all like this video. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yep. And just start off by saying we met Bruce, actually trying to do our deal with our building, and I want to say the mayor connected us.
Yep.
And ever since then, we've been building a relationship and just working with Origin Bank to just accomplish all our financial needs and all the needs that our business have as it continues to grow. So just by that being said, because a lot of people on this that's watching this video are, first-time entrepreneurs, just starting their business, just getting their feet wet, and they want to know what do you need to actually get to become bankable, and why aren't most small business bankable?
Great question, Marlon. So first, it starts out first getting your proper LLC paperwork, right? Getting your LLC documentation, especially if you're in business, you conducting business. And so first getting your LLC, then reaching out to an accountant. So then by reaching out to the accountant, they can start getting your finances in order and help you get some structure there, and they're gonna give you some guidance of what the bank's looking for. And also then having that banking relationship, right? When I first came to y'all were doing business somewhere else, and it was good, but building that relationship, taking the time on our part to learn y'all's business and you sharing that information with us of how y'all plan on moving forward. It was a building, or was it, some work capital line of credit? And so that's a little bit as far as the documentation, getting in touch with a CPA, having a proper documentation that banks are going to need.
With the CPA, not to cut you off, what exactly why would I be getting a CPA, and what does the CPA do for me, and what does it do for y'all on y'all side?
I'd rather get them to do it than myself.
Correct. So, they're a certified public accountant, and then they're going to prepare your tax returns, right? So when you come to the bank asking for a loan, the bank's one of the few, they're going to ask for a multitude of things, but company prepared financials and also tax returns. What are you reporting to the government income? Without those tax returns, and we're verifying that you have income coming into your business to be able to pay back our loan if we extend credit facilities to you. So that is our way of knowing, hey, they are making money, they are reporting it to the government. And so that is what we lean on as far as a financial state or a financial item that we're gonna ask for. And there's, you have company prepared, then you have compiled, then you have tax returns, reviewed financials we've talked about, and then audited financials too, which are high level. But banks are gonna ask for one or another of those financial statements to show that you are generating income to be able to pay back a loan at the bank.
And I say, cause like a lot of people be thinking that, oh, I can't afford an account and I can't afford this, I can't afford that. But what we realize as we scaling up, like of course, like if you just starting out, like you don't want to just go out and straight get an account right then and there when you ain't even making no money, cause it don't make sense.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? But once you start to make your couple of $1,000s, like you start to get in that scaling up phase, you want somebody to really handle your financials well because, I'm gonna just bring back to a time so people that's watching can really relate to this. Remember we was in, we was in Cleveland, Ohio, and we had never like paid our taxes or something, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember? Like we had never paid
Yeah.
out. We didn't know how.
Yeah.
It wasn't that we didn't want to pay the taxes. We didn't know
Had
how.
them, yeah.
This was like way before we even had team members or anything. It was just
Yep.
me and Marlon.
Yep.
Like this was when
Yep.
we was still in college.
And it was still in
And we was
college.
still thinking that like, oh, like once we get out, we gonna handle it. Once we get out, we gonna handle
Yep.
it. And it's crazy.
And that's what we were saying. Once we got out, we was gonna
Bruh,
handle it.
Yeah.
The day we got out, I feel like that was right at like literally days after we graduated, bro. Like we was in Cleveland, right? And like we went to
Card
try to
wasn't
swipe
working.
the business card, and like it ain't swipe, and we like, wait, we know we got money though, and it's, like our account was basically frozen, right? Like because we
They
didn't,
put a lien on your
it was whatever they, I'm guessing
Because they was trying to get in contact with us, but they was sending it to his house, but we wasn't actually getting mail from there, so they thought that we was avoiding them. When we already knew, but it was just yeah.
timing, right?
and that day forward we got on it like right away because it was like really serious. Like a lot of people they get LLCs, but the day you get, that's why I even said before you even get a LLC, try to get you a proven product. Because once you get that LLC, like it's serious. Like from that day moving forward, like you really got to handle your business the right way.
Right.
And like a lot of people just, I feel like a lot of people on social media maybe like they just do it just to just say that they're doing it and they're professional and it's legal and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But like you got to start paying taxes right then and like that day forward. You know what I mean? You got to start claiming that money.
Yeah.
But that's what I just wanted to let them know.
Yep.
Kinda
And that's a true story. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's a real story.
A real
like,
story
from
that
the
put
ground
us
up.
in a situation where we was like, God damn, we had to start using our personal money at that time.
Like a lot of people don't even know that, but I'm like glad we just able to just share that with people because that's a real thing that happens to us, bro. Like
That's a good point, though. You talked about, as far as getting a CPA and stuff. People always just to make money, you got to spend money, right?
Yep.
Like, and if the more you're trying to make, the more you're gonna have to spend, whether it's on CPAs, product or whatever. The making money, it comes, but you got to spend money, to get that return. So CPAs, having a good bank relationships, that's all.
with everything, the people gonna come in out. You're gonna have to.
You're gonna spend money on good people. Exactly, yeah. Especially this day and time where everybody's struggling to find good people.
So my next thing, because I heard you get on credit and extending loans to people. So can you please explain what's the difference between when I come to the bank and I get a credit line, then versus me coming to the bank and getting a loan? What's the difference between those two and how are they both utilized?
Okay. So I guess a little clarity maybe. So a credit line is a loan, right? So that is a lending product, a credit line is. When you say loan, then are you talking like a term note where then you begin paying like principal and interest? Say, just say you go out and buy another van for the
Yes.
for the business,
Yeah.
right? So you like, hey Bruce, hey, I want to buy this van. Like, all right, more and go get it. We're gonna, Origin Bank gonna take care of it, right? So then that is what we call a term loan. So then you begin paying principal and interest back on that loan, and it's under a scheduled payment structure, right? So just say your payment is $1,000 a month. That's going to include principal and interest for, just say it's 60 months, right? So that's principal and interest. Of course, the interest is what goes to the bank. That is part of our interest income. The principal is what actually pays back the loan, right? And at the end of the term, that loan is done. A line of credit, again, is a loan, but then it is where it is interest only, right? So you are not required to make principal reductions, unless there's something in the loan agreement saying, hey, you have to make principal reductions at the end of a month or at the end of a quarter. So it is only where, just say you have a $500,000 line of credit and you have $100,000 funded on it, you are then only paying interest on the $100,000 that you have funded on the line of credit. So the other $400,000 is available to you to borrow if needed, but you're only paying interest on the $100,000. And then whenever you have cash, you can then pay down a principal, which is outside of the interest payment that may be required monthly or interest payment that may be required quarterly.
I see what you're saying.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Like if you get a loan, basically, because at first I was kind of like, huh? What's
I had
going
to
on?
explain it. I feel like I had to explain it 20, 30 times. Principal on it, no principal, Nick. Throw some water in his face. You got it.
Hey, I'm gonna still be asking questions about this a couple of hours from now, for real though, real talk. But I understand that. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but yeah, both of them, like, I get that question a lot, right? So, but both of them are loans, right? So line of credit, and then what we call a term loan, where you're required to pay principal and interest. So
Man, I'm also say like I was a 4.0 math student, but this ain't got nothing to do with math. This is different.
It's different, huh?
Like, but people think if you get all A's in math, you're gonna be the best numbers guy out there, but that's not true whatsoever, bro. Like
Yep,
this,
I agree.
this is
It's different. It's a different type of numbers.
and it's experience, right? You know, everything, like, I think from where we started, you know, building our relationship and doing business, right? It has grown. I hope you learn more, you know more about banking side of things, and I know more about your business. So it's just experience, right? You're gonna get that experience eventually. Like everybody, you know, trying to learn and grow. So that's kind of all part of it. So
Yep. Hey, let's take this time to like this video, subscribe to our channel. Let us know what y'all been thinking about these gems that we've been dropping, banking and funding, talking to you about like how to be approved to get approved by the bank, how to get a credit line. What's the difference between a credit line and a term loan?
Yeah.
So we dropping so much knowledge right now. We just want to say all entrepreneurs that's out there watching this video that we hope that you make it happen for yourself. Now, we started this podcast right here to just provide information, but it's really on you after you get this information on what you do with it. And just want to shout out to everybody that's watching this video. Appreciate it. So I heard you had a couple questions for us.
yeah. Oh man. So I'm gonna start out with this. You know, what drew World Envision to Origin Bank? Like, you know, what similarities do you see between Origin Bank and World Envision? Why do y'all like doing business with us versus some of the other banks out there?
Yeah, I start off. I mean, for one, you guys was the first bank that came check out our operation. So that was pretty cool and unique. And I think that we started building that relationship, which was a big part of y'all core values, and I think a big part of our core values on just having relationships. And I think one of the first banks to actually, you know, walk us through some processes, bring other people in to help us out. I mean, I think we borrowed tables from y'all and chairs. So just being able to do those type of things has been, I would say, a great relationship besides just banking.
Yeah.
Man, I say first, I mean you for sure. Just the relationship that we are building with you makes it way like less hassle, more comfortable. You know what I mean? Like like we could kind of do things wirelessly the way that we like to do it. And then I say also like Louisiana Tech. You know, like us going to school with Louisiana Tech. We see like the things that y'all do with the school. So we just want to be a part of like that little triangle right there, and so we could keep on just both establish relationships with both parties and continue to just go from there. And I mean, Origin Bank was founded here in Ruston, right?
Correct. That's right.
If I'm not mistaken, and the headquarters
is Ruston. Yep.
is also in Ruston, and that's pretty cool. Why not, you know, mess with Ruston itself?
The hometown people.
The hometown people. But I'm gonna say, man, hey, this is our first bank on the show, so let's just clap it up, fellas. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up, fellas. It's our first bank on the show. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Bruce.
Appreciate it. Y'all got me here, so.
But,
what else you got?
But back to the gems that everybody want. So let me see. How can I ask this question?
Mm-hmm.
What does the bank? What other what other benefits does the bank have besides banking for small businesses?
Correct.
If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? Outside of like just giving you a loan, right?
Or account.
Or an account, right? So I would think it's relationships, right? Us putting you in contact with other people, right? You know, like just say for instance, when we're looking at building a building, right? Us having contacts with just say Lincoln Builders, right? And you going right to Patrick versus saying starting with somebody else, put you right to the door, right? Also, you know, we did the 5K race. Outside of that, or within that 5K race, right? Once I knew the dates and everything, I'm on the phone. I'm trying to pick up and help y'all get y'all sponsorship. Not only is Origin Bank gonna jump out there, you know, and support, and Bruce is gonna put his personal money up, and co-workers with, you know, Quentin and High Tide Rise putting money up. Also reaching out to Durrett Law and getting some sponsorships there. So I think just the connections that banking can play. Then also I would say, you know, for us at Origin Bank, we trusted advisors, right? So at the end of the day, I would never want to put a client into a product or lending facility that they were not ready for. So being, hey, you could come to Origin Bank or Bruce and you're going to expect transparency and the truth, right? Like I'm not going to say, oh, you should do this, and I know it's not in the best interest for Marlon and Nick. That's a really, you know, trusted advisors is where I think we separate ourselves at Origin Bank than probably our competitors. And then at the end of the day, we're gonna be the most responsive. You're gonna get me on the phone when it's, you know, whenever you need something. It's not even just me. You got a team of bankers too, right? You got our treasury management group, which y'all met with Mirasol and Lori Colvin. You got Lindsay, who can get in touch with you as far as on need sending wires.
Sending wires.
Yeah, and you know, just the whole team and even the frontline staff. You know, so I
And I
think
say that's even go along with who you even choose to bank with, because you want them to also know your business too. Because like if you don't really know my business, it's like it's not gonna really be a good long-term successful relationship, because just like what we always talk about, like we order merchandise this month, but we may not sell it to the third month.
correct.
You know what I mean? A lot of businesses not like that. You know?
Correct.
So it's different ways, and businesses cash flow in totally different ways, and it's up to you to communicate that successfully to your banker.
That's 100% right, and I think a good banker is gonna want to understand your business, right? That good banker is gonna take the time out and go spend time enough to understand your business and ask questions, right? Because y'all the professionals. I just ask the questions to understand it, right? Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all have built a business, so I'm just here to learn and then be that financial partner so we can all go to the top.
And that kind of get into my last question that I got for you. What's the difference between commercial banking and residential or personal banking, and
Correct.
how has, you know, maybe working with businesses from people, how is that different, similar, what you like better? What have you learned from that experience?
So that's like 2 or 3 questions in there, but I'm gonna go with first one. Like, what's the difference? I would say, what's the difference between commercial and consumer banking, right? Or retail banking, what we call it. So retail banking is when Mon and Nick, maybe they have, you know, they have their personal accounts and they come to us and it's just doing. Maybe they need a cashier check every now and then, right? They don't have any business, but we're just a depository customer, you know, the depository bank, and we provide them with debit card and checks like that. They really don't have any lending needs, you know, and so that is a difference. That's what the retail side does. The commercial side is where then they have a business, and then we have retail bankers who help them with, you know, you need poor statements or you having fraud on your account. We have a banking center manager and our retail bankers, they can help you with that. And also your commercial bankers too. So, you know, no job is too big, too small for anybody, right? But then the commercial bankers are bankers who then work with businesses. And, you know, there's different levels. Like at Origin, we do actually have consumer lenders, and then we have middle market, or we have market relationship bankers, and then we have commercial bankers. So it's kind of 3 tiers there. And And so the commercial bankers, they're going to work with larger companies of size of scale. Maybe they're high growth companies. The market relationship bankers, or maybe work with maybe a little bit more mom and pop. Maybe they hadn't scaled just yet. And then you have consumer bankers who may do more of little consumer loans, borrowing $5,000 or $10,000, or buying a car, used car, or something like that. However, too, I would say we're relationship bankers that if Marlon and Nick, since I'm their banker, if they have a need to go buy a personal vehicle, I will still help them with that. I'm not gonna say, hey, that transaction is too small. You just need to do this. These are my people. I got, whatever. So some banks are a little bit different where larger banks, they may say, oh, I only can handle WRLDINVSN. I can't handle your personal stuff, right? So for me and Origin Bank, we're gonna handle everything. Like I'm gonna handle your personal and also your business stuff. And then what was the other question, more? I'm sorry.
I mean, what
You were just saying what you like.
what you like?
What do I like? I like the
What you
commercials.
like, what you dislike. Like,
I like the commercial
are
side.
you good where you at?
Yeah, I like the commercial side. Of course, there's goals and what's next, but I like the commercial side. I like working with businesses. I love the opportunity to learn how business operate, what drives people, and so then you get to working with business. You get to see and work daily with some of the best people, right? Like these are entrepreneurs who built something from scratch. That's something I haven't done, right? I went to work at Origin Bank, but they built a business, sustainable business, and has scaled this business. So it's really every day I'm getting an opportunity to learn from the best people, right? And so that's been really cool to me, for sure. And then to help people, right? Like we built a building, like I played this big, a small part in that, but like if it's something like I feel like I played a little piece in it. Y'all put it into work, y'all make it happen day in and day out. But I paid a little piece, so that's cool.
Definitely, bro. You brought us to, you remember what you said earlier? You brought us to that door.
Yeah.
You might have not built it, but you got us to that door. Yeah. That's facts, bro. Hey, we appreciate you, bro. Hey, we're gonna let y'all know one more time. Make sure y'all subscribe and like this video. If y'all get knowledge, you got anything else over there, Marlon?
No, I think you got any more questions for the worldly guys?
Yeah. Let me think.
You got something else?
Tell me this: how has a banking relationship helped to grow your business? Right, like a true banking relationship. How has that helped grow your business?
Take it home, Marlon.
I take it home. So one, everybody know that watch our podcast that we funded our business with Shopify. So we use Shopify Capital from getting $5,000 advance loans to getting $500,000 loans from Shopify. But the thing with Shopify was that it's high interest. So we were paying 12 to 15% interest on whatever we took, and how we paid it back was by 17% of our daily sales. So if we made X amount of $100,000, they were taking $17,000 of that every month. But from the banking side, of which the same scenario that you said, let's say we had a $500,000 credit line, but we only used that same $100,000, we then will pay the bank let's just say the bank gave us 10%, so I could do easy numbers. That'll be $1,000 for that entire year, and then we will only pay, you divide that by 12, so 1,000 divided by 12, well, that's like 80 some bucks, and you would basically be paying $80 on that $100,000 instead of paying $17,000 on that $100,000 for that month.
Correct.
And that allowed us to continue to increase our cash flow now, and now we definitely in position to keep scaling the business to another level. So that's been the best thing about building
so
that.
Shopify watching this, y'all might need to start doing credit lines. If you want to be Bruce, that's only if you want to be Bruce.
Facts. Hey, but we want to say thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you drop a comment on this video. Let us know. Clap it up again. Let us know what you think about this. Hey, we have been killing it. We have been going just crazy this past month. This past year, I think we're going to continue to increase another 100% from last year. And we just want to say thank you to all the subscribers, all the followers, all the supporters out there.
Give them a conclusion, bro. Like, what? Give them a conclusion.
Okay. All right.
What do they take from this video?
All right. If you watching this video, the first thing you should have had was a pencil and paper, and you should have wrote this stuff down so that then once you leave this video, you have actionable steps to take away. You should have stuck with build a relationship. You should have stuck with get an accountant so that you could start providing yourself with financial statements as far as profit and loss and balance sheets. You know, you should have took away from this video when you have a proven concept, you need to have an LLC. And from having that LLC, you'll then, be able to get that accountant. Then you'll be able to start doing tax returns with the bank. You're not gonna get no funding without showing 2 years worth of tax returns. So you might as well start now. And just.
I'll add one. Just get in contact with a bank and then get in contact with a banker and start having that communication about your business, right? And so when it's time, your banker already knows enough about your business. And your banker's willing to step out and make some things happen for you, right?
Drop the mic.
Straight on that. Banker on 3. Bankers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bankers!